Hey everyone, welcome back to another TFT video. I'm Austin, and today we're going to be talking about pushing early game advantages. So let's get started. Because of the way interest works in teamfight tactics, acquiring gold early is one of the best ways that you can set yourself up for a win. This also makes your early game decision making exceptionally impactful on your mid to late game. To make the best early game decisions, you have to pay close attention to what you get from the first 3 PvE rounds. In the current patch, you can get anywhere from 2 to 4 items and a certain amount of gold. You get more gold if you end up with less items, and less gold if you end up with more items. But no matter what you get from the first 3 PvE rounds, you can exploit the advantages given to you from them in order to set yourself up for a quality mid to late game. First, let's talk about the scenario where you end up with lots of gold, but only 2 items. In this scenario, your advantage is in your gold, and you have to exploit that as much as possible. Like we talked about, early game gold is extremely valuable because you can start making interest earlier, which then gets you even more gold in the future. So that's what you want to do. With this kind of strategy, you typically do go on a lose streak. But one really important thing is you have to scout the other players to make sure that you really are the weakest in the lobby. Because if you don't sell all of your units, you might end up not being the weakest and end up winning a round, breaking your lose streak, and kind of killing a portion of your economy. But the great thing about this strategy is it gives you something to kind of fall back on. So even if you end up winning one round, you still have an economy basis to fall back on because you made so much gold early. Now we've talked about what to do with an early gold opener. Let's talk about what you do if you end up with a heavy item opener with like 3 to 4 items. In this scenario, you typically want to use your items as power to push yourself into a win streak. This will also lead you to kind of more aggressively spend your gold in leveling such that you can maintain that win streak. Again, scouting is incredibly important with this. Use those keys that we talked about, the Q and R, to help you see what other players are going and if you need a level earlier than them in order to be able to beat them in the future rounds. Now we've talked about those 2 different scenarios, I want to give you 3 things to consider to help you push your early game advantage. The first is what you get from the first 3 PvE rounds. The second is whether you're going to go on a win streak or a lose streak. And the third is scouting other players so that way you know if you can maintain your win or loss streak. Alright, that's about it for this video. I hope this has helped you learn how to make better early game decisions in your personal TFT gameplay. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks very much.